Readers of manuscripts sometimes made corrections. They didn't make as many corrections as we might expect when we're used to proofreading and very detailed, careful correction. Nevertheless, we do find quite a few corrections in this manuscript. And there's an example of one here. Somebody who is using the manuscript didn't like the fact that the scribe had written quem. Instead, replaced it with the word ipsum by putting a line through the QUE and writing IPSU above it. Now, corrections are useful. They tell us two things. First of all, we can look at the handwriting and find a little bit more about the history of the manuscript. How many correctors were there? When were they working? This looks like a pretty old one, perhaps quite close to the time the manuscript was written. And if we look further in the line, we can see that the S has had a line put through it, and it's been changed slightly at the end as well, perhaps. So these corrections also tell us about different forms of the text. Some corrections are of casual errors. They might be spelling, they might be the way words are pronounced changing. But sometimes they reflect the fact that people had different forms of the text available. And this is an example of that kind of change. The wording is altered to a different model. And I can see the correction pretty clearly from where I am here, but in the past, looking at microfilm of it, I wouldn't have been able to make out the details. In fact, the line through the S you might not see at all clearly on a microfilm. So the high quality digital imaging allows you to get right in. You can see the strokes, you can see exactly what the scribe was doing.